take them all out for the big bounce off the bottom. That's a big shakeout. This is what happens to the Bulls when they got that exuberance.
I can't even keep up with the tick-tock.
All right, we're in bear market. We told you people not to get involved in that. Whoa, look at that.
Good evening, stock traders, and welcome to Stock Traders Talk Radio here on a beautiful Tuesday night, May the 1st. By the way, May is the honorary month of STT's birthday. Just those listening. Presents are accepted, gifts, cash is very accepted. May 1st, 2012. I'm your host, STT. Joining me on tonight's program, I have a full lineup for everybody in the listening audience. That's right, the full STT crew is in the house. I'm going to start off with my favorite STT person, Mr. Hoss.
I knew it, buddy. I knew I was your favorite the whole time.
There you go.
What's going on? What's going on tonight, fellas?
I don't know. How you feeling about doing the night show again?
You know what? I'm actually I'm really pissed because once again STT Radio is taking me away from the NHL playoffs.
What?
Yeah.
Well.
We got Philadelphia ahead of New Jersey 1-0 right now, man.
Just remember, the important thing is the DD.
That's true.
Duck Dynasty.
I tell you what, I've been watching that show. I am addicted. It is my new favorite reality TV show, no doubt.
I told everybody out there in the listening audience that you would love it. You watch it once and you are hooked.
I tell you what, if you are a redneck or you appreciate redneck culture in any way, go watch Duck Dynasty because it'll knock your socks off. It's so funny.
A&E Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also joining me on the program tonight is Stock Sumo.
What the duck is going on over here?
I don't know. A lot of people on the radio show tonight. It's almost confusing being the host. I got to keep track of everybody. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Feels like the Brady Bunch over here. Jeez. No, Duck Dynasty. You guys have been talking about it for weeks and weeks, and I've been wondering what the heck you guys are talking about. It. The other day, I finally took some time to take a look at the YouTube trailer and see what the heck you guys are talking about. And I was getting some kicks out of it. I'm going to have to watch this show.
Good stuff. You won't be disappointed. Also on the program with me tonight is Mr. Cup.
What's going on, gentlemen? How are you?
Fantastic, sir. How are you doing?
Oh, awesome. Absolutely awesome.
That is good to hear. Also on the program with us tonight, streaming live. That is correct. He is streaming live. If you want to catch him, he's over at stocktraderstalk.com/live-Siffy, C-I-F-I. Or you can simply go to our homepage through the menu and find Live with Siffy and click there, and you can watch the stream of our video, but yet stay here and listen to the radio show. Got to do both for now. We'll get to that later in the show. Joining us on the program is Kia.
Aloha, STT. What's up, boys? How's it going?
Good. I almost forgot to introduce you because I thought, I was like,
cool.
Did I introduce him? I know.
It's okay. I got my hottie for shoddy watching
the
the screen for us.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. She's
very, very nice.
She's looking real good, Seth.
Again, you can get to that from the homepage at stocktraderstalk.com. In the menu, you're looking for Live with Siffy. Live with Siffy is what you're looking for. and you will catch the video stream. Now, I find myself, I don't know about everybody else, I find myself very unprepared for tonight's show. Would you like to know why? No?
Go ahead.
I won't tell you. No, it's okay. I'm just unprepared. I just won't tell you.
Duck Dynasty reruns?
No, I spent the last, 2.5 hours. I had to upgrade my iPod to check out our new app. I had to upgrade. You know how long it takes to upgrade an iPod? Oh, my God. Or an iPad, whatever the hell I have here. That took just an hour and a half by itself, just upgrading this stupid thing. So anyway, but I got it up and running, and it is beautiful. Mr. Kopp, you can attest to that because you have one too.
Nice. It is nice. It's awesome.
Really nice. I like it. Also, I spent another 20 minutes unpacking our new server, boys. It came. It's ready to go. We're ready to go. I'm going to fire it up tomorrow, get everything running, and we will be beta testing all week long. It's going to be fun. All right. Now, for what everybody's really here for, tonight we're doing a stock spotlight, and tonight's stock spotlight is going to be hosted by Mr. Kopp. Mr. Kopp, take it away there, sir.
All right, guys, you're going to love this one. This is EVDR Inc., EVDR. Today it closed at 0.0026, up 52.94%, with a volume of 101,523,000. Started off with the dip today, dropping down to the 13, it looks like, and then just a solid drive in the afternoon. Just a huge money ball play for a lot of reasons. So let me go ahead and set the stage for you. As you know, we use Investors Hub for a lot of different things. And when you sit there and you go through the intro is normally your iBox, will have a lot of key information for you, right? Well, they've actually updated this pretty quickly, which is kind of shocking. In essence, they got rid of all the old stuff. Where ASCC was a big piece of that, and I'll kind of explain exactly where we are, how we got here, and then where we're going and why. So let's jump over to OTCmarkets.com, right? Basically, company information. Most of this stuff is going to be a little jacked a little bit, and I'll just kind of stage you through this. Is Avatar Singh Wali, the president, and a whole bunch. It used to be an Indian company, and potentially there's probably still some ties there. Bottom line, it's a Myanmar play, and they're very solid in a lot of different aspects here of late, and I'll go into that as well. But what I really want you to do is look at your shares outstanding. Basically, they have shares outstanding 880 million as of February 23rd, 2011. All right, so we're not sure the accuracy on the OTC markets. Authorized shares 988 million as of December 31st, 2011. All right, shareholders of record 283 as of July. A lot of misinformation that's here. So first thing I want to do is I want to hit you to the news that they did have. They had the news where it was back on February 23rd, and what it basically was, EVDR Inc. is pleased to announce that it has filed adequate disclosure documents to aid in improving its rank on Pink Sheets and obtained the current info rank icon status. EVDR was classified as a distressed company under court supervision in the past, but the new adequate disclosure outlines all the positive strides the company has made thus far to become more transparent with Pink Sheets. All right, a lot of different things with that. Now, that's not necessarily the case right now. Okay, what's really the case right now is they are pink no information. Now, that's good and bad for a couple of reasons. What I'm going to do is bounce you over to the financials now. Okay, the financials, and what I want to do is the last thing you had is February 27th, and we are on OTCmarkets.com. February 27th, 2012, you had supplemental information. That was the last thing for the period ending February 27th. So I want to give you a couple pieces in that. Henderson, Nevada company. The EVDRcorp.com is actually their website. Still has a lot of stuff with the ASCC. Is providing this update to its followers and shareholders as a general update. Amongst other things, the company announced plans to sell off its Indian construction company, ASCC. Right? ASCC, which had a website, asccindia.com, can't even get to that anymore, is one of the major developers in Chennai, India, with strong ties to local community and municipal government. ASCC owns a total of 3 different companies which are run in various fields, a whole bunch of stuff. But this is what they do, and this is so smart. EVDR management is currently exploring various merger options, which by all accounts and in the company opinion may take the company in a new and bold direction. Believe company in the U.S. with unique technology similar to that of Magic Jack or Skype, European light machinery manufacturing, farm equipment, and similar, USA-based marine exploration company, salvage operations, sunken shipwrecks filled with lost treasure. Each potential subsidiary may be a unique and growth opportunity for EVDR. The company is extending an opportunity to its followers, shareholders, to express their opinions about the merger to MinimarGroup.net help desk. The company will take all opinions in consideration. For more updates, we'll follow as events unfold in these mergers and asset sales to solidify further as previously announced. Okay, big deal. It's good stuff that they actually did that in the aspect that they did, and they had the investor relations link on there and all that other stuff. All right, now I want to kick you back a little further. February 17th is your attorney letter, and then February 15th is your initial company information disclosure statement. On the April 14th, the annual report, you'll notice the period end. It wrote the period ends December 31st, 2011. Year-end financials for 2011. Now, when you actually go to the one piece where it's got the annual report, the full report, that is, let's see how many pages this thing is. It's pretty big. It's about 40 pages. All right. Bottom line is the report period ending December 31st, 2011. So I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of stuff in here, so I'm going to run through it. A lot of different stuff. It talks about the exhibits, financial information, beneficial owners, and all that stuff. Cautionary notes. Okay. Bear with me here. All right. It goes through the beginning of what it is, the company itself, where it was, where it came from, all that stuff. I don't think that's so important. Effective July 27th, I'm in share structure. There are 975 million shares of the issued common stock outstanding per par value. We know that to be a little higher, which is going to be, if you look on the company info, has that actually at 988 million as far as the authorized. Now the shares outstanding has 880, right? So we're talking about the outstanding from the filing is 975 million shares of issuer common stock outstanding, right? And that's as of July 27, 2011. So that's probably a good number. All right, the number of shares authorized, 988 million. All right, now there's also some other things where you have some preferred, but that's not a lot and not so much of a factor at this stage for what's going on. All right, transfer agent, Portland, Oregon, et cetera. Okay, basically it talks about what ASCC is. Now, Avtar Singh Construction Company, that's ASCC, if you're kind of wondering what that was. The Slasha Velizik is currently an officer and director of the company. Whole bunch of information regarding all of that stuff. Now, here's what ended up happening. There had to be some falling out of some form, right? They go through, they talk about all the different things that's happening. No criminal stuff, nothing like that. The financial information of the issuers were not posted. Okay, so you have this. And plan of operations. We're expecting the board of directors to decide on the future regarding our relationship with the current subsidiary, ASCC. That is, whether this subsidiary will remain as part of EVDR or whether the company will use court order to push the subsidiary out. While this decision is to be made within a few weeks of publishing this report, we also continue our work to raise shareholder value as we have located additional merger candidates. As the North American markets continue to favor domestic investments, we have located a candidate who operates in the U.S. healthcare industry. We believe we have a better chance to attract investor public towards domestic investment. As of this time of this document, the preliminary due diligence on the candidate is well underway. However, there's no definitive agreement signed. The merger documents and share exchange agreements are expected to be signed within several weeks of this document. Following the merger with the aforementioned U.S. company, we expect our present management to step down and be replaced by the representatives from the North American venture. Although we intend to scrutinize the management of its prospective target business in connection with our evaluation of business combination with the target business, our assessment of management may be incorrect. We cannot assure that the incoming North American subsidiary will be able to raise the company value according to our expectations. All right, so it's going through a whole bunch of things, right? Where they're doing the filings to get the pink current, a lot of different aspects of that. And if you remember way back when in the let's go with what's the dates that will actually trigger here? The big days were back in February, right? We had some big volume days and some big dollar amounts. So you had some spikes. So clearly that's when they went pink current, right? The February 23rd, you kind of get the deal with that, which makes sense. Initial funds to get a piece of that. All right. So when you go through this whole filing, the bottom line is no reason to read it. None at all. Because here's what you got to read. If you don't, Minimar basically has a VIP listing, I guess you can call it, whatever you want. You subscribe to Minimar's newsletter. Okay, Minimar's newsletter is very, very good in a lot of aspects. It's probably about 6-7 pages long. And the one that they sent out yesterday, the April 3rd early alert is what they're called. And there's one that's even before that, I believe. However, they've been on fire, absolutely on fire. So let me give you this one. This one comes out yesterday at 12:55, right? And you can look at the different times of what happened yesterday and what was going on, and then you can look at the pop today, and you can see exactly what's happening. No, it's not rocket science. It's not some penny machine that's figuring something out. It is what it is. All right, so they explained, basically they sent out an early alert yesterday. We explained earlier last week the kiss of death DTC chill can have on a penny stock company with repercussions of the action, et cetera, et cetera. So here's what they did. They gave you early alert tips for AGIJ, right? What did that do today? Boom. When did they come out with their first alert? When it was 0.0004, right? So Minimar gave you at least a what? 5, 6, 7 bagger. It's close at 25 today, I believe. Next one they give you is EVDR. We expect to release the name and website of the Waco, Texas targeted gas company merger by the end of this week. Okay, that would be by the end of this week, right? So they're telling you it's in Waco, Texas. It's a gas company that they're actually looking at. So let me give you the other companies that are actually on this list. MSEZ, as previously announced, MSEZ started with OTC marketing filings. The stock rank is gone. Now a yield, right? Now you've seen what's happened with that stock. PTSH is the other one. A whole bunch of stuff is happening with that. Now, out of all these stocks, when you sit there and you go through the different things, I believe EVDR to be their one, okay? And the reason why I believe it to be their one is because they get cash. When you can talk to the different the IR and as far as the publicist, if you will, and Miami G has actually done that, all right? And in essence, ASCC, they expect to get about $5 million for that. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to jump over to a couple different posts that are actually out there, and Miami G had a conversation with them. So I'm going to give you the first question. Why is EVDR not listed on both your updates, which I received today and yesterday? If there's action in the answer, if there's action or something happening, we add it. If not, we leave it alone. Question number 2, why all the dilution taking place this week? And the answer is, who's diluting? It's shareholders selling amongst themselves. The share structure is undisturbed. Okay, now what does undisturbed mean? All right, now there's always that conversation between what a float is, what the OS is, what the AS is, and the tradable float can change. It's based off what it is. As long as the OS doesn't change is what the key is. But it's still got to be able to match what the supply and demand equation is, right? So understand that. Do I believe that the float is increasing? Yes, absolutely. Is the OS increasing? No. All right. That's just my take on that. All right. And why did you go to no info on OTC markets? Right. Fee needs to be paid, which is about $4,000 was the answer. All right. So you went from no info to getting it off by doing the filings with the OTC market, big pops in volume, big pops in money and everything else. And then because if you read through these filings, they couldn't get everything from ASCC. They tried on numerous occasions to get the financials and everything else that you can imagine, and the bottom line is they couldn't get it. So whatever's going to happen there is what's going to happen there, and I think everyone decided it was in their best interest to sell their piece, and that they can go off on their own, they can get the money, and basically Minimar can actually build a company essentially from the ground up and make it what they want. Now, if you know anything about Minimar over the course of the last few years, they've gotten a bad rap in a lot of different things, and they've gotten good rap in some things. So they know the game, they know this world, and they know exactly what can make revenue at this stage, what kind of stock can do some major moves, and those type of things. And this one looks like the one that they're actually going to put a tremendous amount of focus in my opinion. Okay, next question number 4. Is EVDR finished? Answer is no, not even started. We have 2 mergers in the works, paper going back and forth. Indian company is sold, waiting on money to be wired in so that the new merger can be paid for. Okay, thank you very much for the prompt response. Do you mind answering anything else? And he goes, no problem. On January 20, 2012, in a PR, the company stated the AS to be 988 million shares and the float around 365 million. Now, when you say undisturbed, were you referring to this the same share structure? Yes, undisturbed means no new shares were issued. Okay, right? Kind of self-explanatory. Now, what is the dollar amount of the ASCC sale? We think they got about 0.005 cents per share. We thought they should have been around 0.2 cents. And gets a little confusion with that answer. But next question. Do merger candidates have solid track records as far as businesses and revenues in the millions, as you stated in previous PRs? Yes, we have several monster companies that we are looking at with EVDR. We don't know the direction EVDR management will go, but we do know that ASCC is in EVDR is worth many, 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 many more times the pink quote from 0.007. Says, next question. Thanks again. Your answers are very clear and straightforward. However, when I asked what the dollar amount of ASCC sale, I meant were they sold for $3 million, $5 million, $7 million, $10 million? Dollar example. Thanks in advance. We think they are getting about $5 million. That's our best guess. Next week may be a nice surprise in store when they sell. It's up to them, but our intent is to blow the lid off this one. So when they sell, it's up to them, but our intent is to blow the lid off this one. All right, that's coming directly from Minmar. Now, so what I expect to see over the course of the next time, you're seeing one, the big newsletter comes out by Minmar. Then you see a couple of penny touts come running on the play, and they start jumping it. What I don't know, and I'm going to research this, is if they got an early jump on what that is, which is almost nearly impossible because that means they would be part of it. So we'll have to check into that. But, clearly there's some people that knew exactly what was happening and were paying attention to this and tied up the float that's down at the bottom here pretty good. So that's it from the OTC markets. Now, back to the website. All right, now I'm on iHub again, and I'm in the iBox. And so let's see what it says. Sale to ASCC is all but complete. EVDR to be a major gas exploration company in the U.S. Details follows as news release. Updates on DD posted in the EVDR box, just ticket post, and then it's got the chart and everything else, right? Looks pretty good from that aspect. Now let's go to the Moneyball side of this. Okay, I'm going to jump to DD Amanda to kind of show what's been going on. And the stage has been set for this thing for a little while. So clearly they knew there were some problems and wanted to solve some of it and make a viable company. All right, if you go to DD Amanda and you basically put in EVDR, if you have it, if you don't, what you're going to end up seeing is you're going to see some absolutely huge money flowing in this stock. In the last 91 trading days, right, because I'm basically going to pull this thing all the way back to, let's go with December 20th, right, because it had no volume whatsoever. No money went into it whatsoever. So that one doesn't count. Over the last 92 days, what you've had is $2,132,000 come into the stock. Now, here's the hitch. Shares traded $1,714,328. Now, as you know, as you go up there in the different channels and you change support and all that other stuff, most of those shares will probably trade it 3 or 4 times themselves. All right? Bottom line is a hell of a lot of shares were traded on a couple different days. So I'm going to give you a couple good ones. All right, on the 20th of January, 47 grand runs to the stock. 105 million shares traded between 0.002 and 0.007, right? The load, right? Now you can see that the load's actually happening in all of the January time frame, if you will. Next following day, 13 grand, 9 grand, 6 grand. Then it starts sliding off again. But you're looking at 105 million, 45 million, 15 million, 26 million. But it's still range trading between that 3 and 4. Then it gets dropped down. It goes idle. Trades between the 2 and the 3. 2 being the low. And there's a couple of days where only $13, $0, $500, $400. And we're in the beginning of February. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, on the 21st of February, 6 grand comes into the stock, right? Doesn't sound like a lot of money. It's not really a lot, but it's after it's at quad 4. So it really went up 100% in that time frame, and 15 million shares traded. Then on the 23rd of February, 55 grand runs to the stock, trades between quad 4 and quad 10, so 0.004 to 0.0010, and it goes up 40%. The following day, the 24th of February, 590 grand runs to the stock, 268 million shares, of which somebody's saying out there that the float's 365. I highly doubt that. Range is 0.0008 to 0.0036. 357% is what it screamed up. Huge day. Following day, you get another 282 grand that comes into it. That's the 27th of February. 99 million shares traded. So right there, the day before the big day was 79 million. Next day was 268 million. And the next day is 99 million. Okay, that's the entire float, if that to be accurate. The reality is it's probably more like 600 million, but who knows? That's just a swag based off what I'm seeing off the range numbers. All right. Following that, you get 52 grand, 28 grand, 16 grand, 35 grand, and it just keeps popping 10 grand, 30 grand. Now, but you're getting the slide, 11 to 13 range. Then it goes down to 0.009 to 0.0011. So they get a tremendous amount of money out of the stock at this stage. However much that is, that's essentially kind of what happened. But then you're getting build days. You're getting 41 grand, 17 grand, a few days of nothing. Then 74 grand, 29 grand, 10 grand, right? And then a few more days of nothing again. Now, this is March 28th and March 29th, and then 30th, it dies off a little bit. On the April 3rd and 4th, 15 grand each, right around 18 to 17 million, but it's range trading again between the 7, 8, 9, and 10 area, right? And each day it's starting to build. Then on April 16th, what you end up getting is 73 grand runs to the stock. Right, you can see that little little spike that's on the downtrend, and that's to get the trend to reverse a little bit, right? So you get the 73 grand, 113 million shares traded in between 5 and 8. 36 grand the following day, 48 million traded between the 6 and the 9, right? Slide back down, continues its slide between the 5 and 8, quad 5 and 8, at 0.0005 and 0.008, and just all the way up until the 24th. Now, on the 24th, it starts getting very interesting. On the 24th, 45 grand runs to the stock, 15 million shares, right? Now, this is after the previous day of being 14% up. This day, it goes up another 25%, trades between the 7 and 11. The following day, 37 grand runs to the stock, in between 8 and 13. Another day of 35 grand. The following day, 41 grand. And then yesterday, you got on the 30th, 86 grand, 61 million traded in between the 11 and the 17, right? So you're seeing the alert in the newsletter of Mimar is just rocking, absolutely just rocking. Now, what do you end up getting today? Today, you end up getting a huge volume spike. Hold on one second, which is right around, I believe it's like 190 grand, closed at 0.0026, but another 100 million. And this is all before they've announced the merger. Now, what happens when you get a big merger and you have the potential for huge amount of revenue streams and those type of things. $5 million can buy a very nice company. And when you go through, and I dug for about an hour on trying to figure out which company in Waco. There's a couple ways you can figure it out, but it's not as easy as you might think it would be. The oil and gas extraction site, basically Merger Network, the online community for deal makers, has a whole bunch of stuff in there. The guys got it on the board. There's all kinds of good information that people are digging, doing their DD as much as they can today to figure out what this is. Point being, this is their play, all right? And if you look at that trend and you look at what's happening today, they're driving it up, letting people take a little off the table, see what falls, driving it up, and just continuing the drive. 100 million shares traded and 190 grand on not knowing what it is freaking huge, point blank huge. And I don't think it's just one merger. When you look at the different things in the filings and certain aspects of what they're trying to do, one side they're going to healthcare, one side they're going to VoIP. Now, I believe the VoIP and the Skype and all of that other stuff could be just the potential topics where they were actually pulling through. But could this be a dual subsidiary with gas being one side and healthcare industry being the other? Minimar knows the game. Those are two of the hottest things going right now. So why not go to them? And it looks like exactly what they're doing. So let's kind of pull up the chart, and we'll kind of talk about that for a minute. Who's got that?
I got the chart right here.
Rocket.
Looking at a weekly, you can see that she hasn't been back above that 20 and that 50 for quite some time until she did in February. And when she did, talked about that big news and kaboom. But she couldn't get up above that 100 MA. Fell back down. You can see what happened there. Traveled all the way back down to quad 5, and then she lifted off again. We've got 3 weeks of up candles. You can see they've stacked on top of each other. The second candle actually closed the week above, or right above where the candle before that. So that's what you want to see. You can see that volume is just massive the last 3 weeks, and I like this candle because at the .0026. It's setting right there. It's right on that resistance. You want to see it get above that, and then we can call this a breakout. See that 20 MA get up through that 50 at .0011. That 20 is at .0009. You got your 200 at .002, and like I said, that 50 that 100 at .0026 right there, the price per share. Your RSI. It's looking good. You can see how it found that support there off that 50 and bounced up as it's sitting at 63.58 right now. And I went ahead and threw in those overlays on the 50 MAs. Those are key. You can see back in February when it broke above that was a liftoff point right there. Same with that PPO. When it broke through it, same thing, and now it's heading up. It's positive now, 8.817. The histogram is positive at 15.105, looking solid. Your slow stow, that looks good too because it came down and it kissed that 50 MA overlay on there. And you can see it when it broke through it, it all lined up. It's heading back north at 35.19. So on the weekly, she's looking good. Just want to see her get up and through that 50. And up through that 100 and keep moving north and not be a huge ceiling. Turn that into a support, and it could be go time. Gonna have to play that one accordingly.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking at it there, Sif. You see the amount of money that's flying into this thing. That's huge cash, and they haven't announced who the company is yet, right? A lot of the players that are actually on this stock right now, you can see some of the names. There's Momo, and there's a lot of Momo players and all of that. But everybody knows in the OTC, you get the right merger, and oh, by the way, it's May again, right? You guys know this summer cycle that Minimar does. They pick some hot things that actually fly. And when you sit there and you look at the other 4, what was AGIJ up today? I don't remember. Anybody got that quickly? Or can get that for me? It was up huge again, right?
78.57%.
Yeah, 70. So right now, and MSEZ, they're doing 3 to 4 stocks simultaneously. Right now, they're doing them. and they're pulling big gainers off of this. So they're bringing the money, which means they don't want these low. The price where these are at in the quad, the 0.0025 and below. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for pennies on this stuff. They're going to drive this stuff for a while. And I firmly believe when I sat there, because I've done DD on all of these already, and you guys know I've been talking about AGIJ for about 2 weeks now, kind of screaming that they're going to pull this one, and they did. I don't know how much more it has on it on the top, but I do believe this one, because they can build it the way they want to build it, can be huge, absolutely huge for them. And, I anticipate that because it's business 101, right? If you were sitting in their seat and you had the ability to know what the OTC world is doing, what people are driving to, what's everyone's sinking their teeth into, and you have the ability to do that, and you have money coming, the $5 million coming to be able to buy it, right? You're decreasing debt immediately. You're wiping, if there, however much that is that's actually on there. Because when you actually go through the filings and those type of things, there's a piece of that where with ASCC being a subsidiary and not having financials, there's some information you just can't get, and you got to kind of guess a little bit. Now, I don't know what the percentage of what Minimar takes from a lot of this stuff, but I'm sure it's pretty substantial because they got all the answers and they know exactly what to do. So this is what I would consider a huge money ball, absolutely inner ringer bomber. But that's what I got, guys.
Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
That was awesome. I was sitting here eating dinner the whole time with my wireless headset. Cop, man, you killed that. That was incredible.
Well, thanks, bud. Teamwork, man. Teamwork.
Siffy did an absolutely fabulous job with the video. The magnifying glass and everything.
Do you like that little tool there, STT?
That's very nice. I like it a lot.
All right.
Very, very nice. If you think we missed anything on EVDR, give us a call. If you're on the iHub Auditorium, our phone number is directly underneath the player there. That phone number is 347-215-7181. Or if you have another play you'd like to talk about, give us a call. We'll put you on the radio. We'll give you time. All right. While we wait for that, let's move on. Everybody's done with the EVDR? Are we done?
Oh, no, I just want to congratulate Cop and commend him on his effort on these breakdowns on the DD. It's just incredible. That was awesome.
It was a short work night for him, too.
Man, I don't know how he can fit it all in such a short time frame.
We were screwing around with that app for hours today.
Yeah, the app is awesome. The app is awesome. Little did people know what's coming at them next.
We'll get that out next week, hopefully. Hopefully next week. All right, we're going to take a small break, and I finally picked up on this thing, so I'm going to play it because people requested it. Let me find it again. There it is. I'm going to play this. It's a long one, but I'm going to play it. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Like I said, if you have any tickers or you think we missed something on EVDR, please give us a call. 347-215-7181. And this is a request on our message board, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to play it. Here we go. This is okay to play, right, guys?
Go for it.
You guys put this on this board. Here we go. I have no idea what this is.
It's your favorite song. That's what it is, STT.
That's right. You got fired over this song.
Gets me fired up.
Wow. Okay. Do I need to do any more tonight, or?
No, that was pretty good. I mean, that's good. That's something to pump you up right there. We need. You know what we need? We need somebody out there who's got a good promoter business or a good penny stock website or something like that to do a commercial to that thing.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And then have it go in and out on the highs and lows. That'd be good.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff.
But they'll be having to issue a new version in a week or two.
Oh, okay. That's true.
It has to be in video, unfortunately. Or fortunately, whichever way you look at it.
Cop, I'm building you one of those right now.
Awesome.
Is that the song you want?
That thing's awesome.
Cop, you missed his video, didn't you?
I did.
During your DD there.
I did.
Do me a favor, Seth. Do me a favor. Let's go to the live page. Cop, tell me when you're at the live page with Siffy.
Tell you when I'm at the live page. You know, it's hard. I got like 6 screens.
I know you do. Close them on down. Close them on down. I want you to take a look at this because this is pretty good. I like this.
All right.
All right. Again, we're at StockTradersTalk.com right now. We're talking about our video feed. If you want to give us some feedback on it, that'd be awesome. All right. You there?
Sort of. Just about. Go ahead.
All right. Tell me when you see his chart.
Live with Siffy, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Live with Siffy. You see the chart, right?
Nice website you have there. I like that thing.
Thanks. You see the chart. Will you answer my question?
Yes, I see the chart.
Okay, it's the chart of EVDR, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Siffy, what I want you to do is I want you to go back to DD Amanda.
Okay.
And while you were doing your whole spiel about how much money was running through the stock,
yeah,
Siffy, show them what you were doing.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And he was scrolling up with you, keeping track, so everybody knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, people don't realize how powerful that is. I mean, that is some powerful stuff. Because you're able to see, you know, a lot of people, they look at the chart, they look at the MOBO and trend and pattern, but money, you know, you guys know how we play. Everything we do is follow the money, period.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are always wondering, well, what's this DD Amanda about? Because they don't have access to it. Now they get to see it.
Sure.
And they can get access to it. It's not like it's forbidden access.
I think it's only like $50 a month. And I know I know it's very limited on the amount of people that can actually have subscription to it. So it's kind of like getting like Green Bay Packers tickets. Somebody has to leave. or is it the Washington Redskins or something like that? But
it's like Twitter. We're over
capacity.
But,
you know, we use it for just about everything. And you know, one thing we never show you is a lot of the stuff on the left-hand side has some very special scanning parameters that link in with a lot of different stuff. And the other big piece that we have is we have our own algorithms that do certain things, and we catch every runner. There ain't no doubt about it, and we catch them early. And that information we will never be sharing.
Ever?
Never. Hell no. Hell no. Listen, no. I don't even want to discuss it anymore. No.
You tell me one day?
He don't even share it with us, man. What are you talking about?
No. You guys will, you know, it is what it is. I mean, once everybody knows how to do it, then I'm not able to do it. Know what I mean?
Okay. All right, we'll leave that well enough alone. But you can get into DD Amanda if you really wanted to. DDAmanda.com. I'll say this for disclosure reasons. It is not owned by Stock Traders Talk. Not owned by us. Just a friend of the family. Uncle, cousin, somebody like that owns it. No, seriously, Stock Traders Talk owns 0% of DD Amanda, just so everybody's aware. Last time I checked, is that right? 0%, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, just checking. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, let's move on to the top 10 hopping on iHub. I don't know. Anybody volunteer to do the top 10 tonight?
You want me to roll through some stocks for you there, buddy?
Why don't we bounce it back and forth,
Yeah,
Hot Daddy?
Yeah, hit Siffy. Siffy will do chart over on the video side, and you guys announce what it did, and let's rock.
All right, I'll start off here. I'm not doing any sort of top 10. I'm just kind of picking some stocks that you might want to, give some attention to.
There you go.
We're going to start off with a stock we mentioned about a month ago or 2 months ago on its financials. Pearl, ticker P-E-R-L, Perla Group International. Some people sort of forgot about it, and it's been waking up again the last couple of days. They released some pretty significant financials earlier this year. Let's see what the actual numbers are, if I can pull them up here. Looks like the company recently posted 2011 fiscal year results of $3.1 million in annual revenues, which was actually a profitable year. They reported a net profit of a few $100,000. But more significantly, on top of that, they recently announced a $6.5 million purchase order already in 2012, and they have over $7 million in purchase orders already on the table for 2012. So they're looking to more than double those revenues already, and they've been actually reducing their share count as well. If you read the recent press, it's up 40% today on 3.4 million in volume, closing at 1.05 cents. But if they maintain their operating margins on doubling, tripling those revenues throughout 2012 with a PE of 10, we're looking at a 10 to 15 cent stock. So go do your due diligence on that one, crunch some numbers, and put your eyes on it. It might be a good one going forward if you're more of a mid to long-term player. What do we got going on with the chart?
Siffy, why don't you run with it since you got the video?
Go for it, Sumo. It's all you, man.
Why don't you go? I figured you'd go with it because you got the video.
That's why I was figuring you were going with it. I was doing video like Mike said. But anyways, I'm going to rock this thing real quick. You got your 50 MA at 0.011. Want to see you get through that. You got that 20 above it at 0.012. Huge volume today. And 50 or the 100 at 0.016. You got that 200 at 0.028. As for your RSI, it is crossed through that 50 MA overlay I got on there, and it's at 48.31. So let's see it get into that 50. As for your PPO, it's came down. It is in the negative, but it's trying to find support off my 50 overlay. So let's see that turn back north. As for your slow stow, it's coming off the bottom. Want to see it get through that 50. You can see on the chart every time it gets through that 50 MA overlay, which I love to throw on there. Wasn't able to do it for a while, but STT, the kind boss that he is, he got us a little subscription to stock charts. Now I got overlays. I want to see this thing get through that and head towards the 50, head north. So that's my Pearl chart.
Siffy, I got a call the other day.
Oh, yeah?
And this question was directed to you. Why do you never use MACD?
Well, I don't use the MACD because it's just not the one I like. I like the cousin, the PPO. Okay. It's something about it's family trips.
Okay. There we go. There's the answer. Hopefully the person that called me is listening. I forgot who called me.
Well, I mean, they basically look the same. Go to the Investopedia and it'll tell you the difference. Layman's term, they are the same. One is power, one is points, and basically the same. But I just like the way the PPO looks better when I pull it up on the chart. It's a prettier pig to paint lipstick on.
There we go. All right, there's the answer we're looking for. Okay, continue, boys. Sorry. Haas, back to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good handoff, buddy. I'm not used to that with Sumo on the morning show. Anyways, moving on to my next little stock that you might want to take a quick look at. Ticker PLBI, Proton Labs. Closed at 004 today, up 66.67% on 7.695 million shares in trading volume. I literally stared at this level 2 screen all day, and there were just no whacks. It was all just a little slow creep up the whole day, and it has been the last few days. Basically looking at DD Amanda here, basically $0 in share volume for the last several months. All of a sudden on April 27th, which was last Friday, get a $26,000 day. Monday, we had a $34,000 day. today we had a little higher dollar volume coming through the stock. So why is this stock all of a sudden getting some increased attention over the last few days? Well, if you go to the iHub page, you can see one of our favorite posters on iHub who tends to find some of these share reinstatements, H-Dog. I will give him credit for finding a couple of these early. They recently went active on April 27th. They filed to get to active status, and they announced a new CEO. So basically what we're looking at here is some sort of merger or new company direction in the future here with that new CEO. The stock's going active. People are speculating that, we're going to get more press related to some type of merger or acquisition. So it's been slowly creeping up the last few days. Dollar volume is increasing. Total lotto play, but, speculation moves stocks and follow the money. So I would definitely put my eyes on this one over the next week or two here. They might be putting out some press related to something going on with the company. The chart is, you guys can do the chart if you want. It's basically not going to be anything other than all of a sudden a stock wakes up out of the dark.
4 candles of boom. That's your chart.
4 candles of boom, as Sippy puts it. That works out. Scott, you got something to add there? No?
No, I think it's great, man. You guys are rocking it out. I love it. This is the first time I've actually got to listen to you and watch Sippy do his stuff. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, this is what listeners get to do while they're sitting at home doing this. They can watch what he's doing and listen to you at the same time. I mean, that's awesome.
Heck yeah, buddy.
He stopped throwing his lines, though. What happened to the lines, Sif?
Here's the thing. Especially a lot of people are either, there's not many people that are on both sides of the fence of that. Some people know a little bit about charts. They're not the super huge TA people. Momo players are normally trend and pattern, and it will jump on money volume and as far as the FA, the story, if you will, the fundamental analysis side to it. Well, this is giving you that rounded picture to where you're actually building investors that look at both sides of this. And a lot of people do that too, but a lot don't, and that's huge, especially where, when you're able to get tidbits of this, like say, a couple comments that Siffy makes, you're able to go to, Investorpedia and start looking it up, look at, what did Siffy mean by this? What were you looking for this? Especially if you go back in time on something. I mean, you're talking huge. Yeah, like low risk entry at the retest. Great, that's good stuff. In essence, what you're doing is we're doing a spotlight, and you're training people at the same time. That's of different chart stuff. Not necessarily, they may never even buy the stock we're talking about. Who cares? That's that's not what we do. But it gives them that ability to be that that well-rounded trader that a lot of people want to be. It's good stuff, man. I don't know about that though.
Very nice. The last little comment I want to make about PBLI is that the last quoted float is about 27 million shares. I think the outstanding is around 400 million, so I'm assuming that float's increased a little bit. But it basically moves on air, and it has up to that 004 mark that it wasn't struggling with it today. There just wasn't any buying coming into that 004 mark, so it finished just a little bit lower than that. Anyways, another similar type of stock, ticker PBOF. This one's kind of been flying under the radar a little bit. Pure Biofuels, PBOF. Again, pulling it up on DD Amanda, basically $0 in buying volume. And then we have $7,000 traded on Monday. And today, once again, you have a little bit of an increase in volume, trading in that 008 to 2 cent range on just under 1 million shares in volume, 990,000 shares traded, finished at 1.6 cents, up 14.29%. And again, the reason for this company, why is it waking up all of a sudden just over the last 2 days after trading $0 volumes forever? And once again, H-Dog finds it early. A post yesterday, PBOF merger is filed on the Nevada SLS. He posts a link. Go to the iHub page and check that out. Click on it, entity details, active status, and it looks like, getting active, there's some sort of merger coming in. So once again, people are speculating on that, and the dollar volume is starting to increase. So this is basically an identical pattern to the ticker PBLI. So very similar. All right. Apparently, these people want me to pull up AGIJ, Axia Group. We caught it on the morning show on April 20th. Cott's been screaming it. We've been screaming it on the morning show. We caught that news early pre-market, and that thing was off to the races after that. This is a Myanmar play. As Cott mentioned, they've had some hotties over the last few weeks here. Closing at 002528 million shares in volume, up 78.57% on the day. Up, like 5 bags over the course of the last couple of weeks. Siffy, why don't you pull up a chart on that one for us?
He's got it. Holy smoke.
What a beast. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days up. 8 days up, 1 day down. So the thing has just been beasting. You got all those moving averages crossing through that 200. So you got support below you. You know, we always talk about, watch those candles on the dailies, the weeklies. And you can see from the first candle that it broke out, you dipped below it the second day, but you closed right at it. I mean, it's amazing how it does it. And then the next candle after that, it came down and kissed right where that last one came. And then it just keeps stacking on top of each other. And then, of course, you had the one day where you did close in the red, but boom, call that a hammer or whatever. And you're off to the races again. Let's look at the RSI. 91.88. in the RSI. So, you could say this is in the power zone. What a beast. I'd be taking some profits if this was my trade. Wish I would have had this trade. PPO, 57.116, looking solid. I love the way it crossed through that 50. I mean, look at the charts. Every time you see these things cross through those 50 overlays, now you know why I put them on there. They're money. Same with that slow stow, and it's at 90.29. So, what goes up must come down. It ain't in profit till it's sold. What a trade.
Yeah, so AGIJ, why has this one been moving? If I could point out one press release to go look at, I would go look at the April 20th press release. They put out a general corporate business update. They're reducing their share count. They're talking about getting current on over-the-counter markets and putting some filings and financials out on there. They're releasing tons of news related to their collagenous skincare line and deals they're making there. So go check out that April 20th press release. It kind of allows people to speculate on when press is coming in the future and stuff like that. So speculation moves stocks, follow the money. This one's way out though.
All right. Don't forget to catch the morning show, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Sumo, Haas, and Sifakia just kill it in the morning. Special guest, maybe if I wake up in the morning, will be STT tomorrow. Special guest.
Whee.
Looking forward to that. I know the boys are. They love
it. Very fitting.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, from all of us here at Stock Traders Talk to all of you out there in Stock Traders Talk listening world, wishing you the best on all your trades, and may your portfolio always be green. This is Stock Traders Talk Radio, and we are out. Aloha.
Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being